I think I'm gonna start these videos with a song that really reflects the entire mood of the video or the meaning of the video. And for this one, it would be Fallen Apart by Slowpulp. I heard it when I was watching Too Much, the Lena Dunham TV series that's out with Megan Stalter. I think that's her name. And it's such an amazing song. I really need to dive deep into that Slowpulp album, but it's so beautiful. The song is explaining that it is so easy to fall apart. It is probably the easiest thing that you can do. You're so good at falling apart, but keeping it together, doing well, is one of the hardest things that you can do. And I think that really is how it feels right now with Mercury in retrograde and Chiron in retrograde and Pluto and all the other ones, Saturn, Neptune, right? Yeah. I just feel like that's how it feels like in retrograde right now. And just a reminder, like, it's so easy to fall apart. It's very easy to fall apart. You have to trudge on. You have to, is that the right term? Tread on. All of a sudden it started storming. Like, I wanted to go for a walk this morning and it was really hot out and humid and sticky, and I wasn't able to. So it's storming right now, and I wanted to make a nice, cozy, comforting video for you. Very Twisters-like. We just got a flash flood warning. But yeah, listen to the pages move. For today's video, I thought I would do a video on how to manage retrograde. Right now, we are not undergoing one, but 4 retrogrades. We have been going through Neptune, which started in July 4th, going up till December 9th. Saturn retrograde, which is July 12th, going till November 27th. Pluto, May 2nd to October 13th, and Chiron, July 30th to January 2nd. So, with all these retrogrades, I know you can't help but wondering, when will we know peace? When will we know how to relax again? So this is how to manage retrograde. If you don't know what retrograde is, it's defined as directed or moving backwards. So it's the backward movement of the planets. So everyone feels a lot of old patterns resurfacing, old ways of living. It's very nostalgic for no reason. You're just stuck in the past a little bit, or things are coming back up from your past to test you. I think it's important to, know that you're still in control of it. That's why I labeled this video How to Manage Retrograde. Manage to run, to be in charge of. There's no being in charge of retrograde. It's simply a time to just rest, relax, because there's nothing that you can do to really combat this. So when I think of retrograde, every time I hear that word, I think of the James Blake song Retrograde. I also made a retrograde playlist full of old, sad songs. These are songs from my past. I've understood that I'm extremely sensitive to music and what I listen to. So I had to kind of take a break from a lot of sad music. And I think we all have a phoebebridgers hole shaped in our heart that's being filled by Lizzie McAlpine or artists like Slowpulp. But yeah, I think all these old artists, old songs are really coming back to me, and that's why I made this playlist. It's really a lot of old songs that really used to break me before, or are just they feel like sad and just going backwards or reflecting on time in your past. And yeah, the the CEO and founder is phoebebridgers. Like, sorry, she has to be she has to be in front of it. She has to be the profile picture. But yeah, I had to take a break from sad music because it was just all too much for me. I can still listen to a little bit, but I really don't let myself get like so in it. But you know, with me excluding sad music, I have these thoughts where I wonder if, and I'm reading straight from my journal, I wonder if I'm, stuck running this race. Like, again, I think about how depression hates a moving target. I heard that on TikTok the other day. But I feel like I'm constantly running this race so I'm not stuck with my thoughts. And I don't know, I'm too afraid of getting burned out. I'm too afraid of it's just gonna all catch up to me. And I don't know, I think I'm like avoiding the main issues by not listening to music, or trying to not be sad or not feel my feelings. I think that's like the really thing. It's just I need to be able to feel my feelings. I'm also someone who, this is a side note, who contextualize my feelings. I am always like, well, why am I feeling like this? Well, it's because of this or because of that. But instead of trying to understand where these are coming from, where this all is coming from, I need to just sit in my feelings, and I have a difficult time doing that. Yeah, but so I wrote about retrograde. I said, now retrograde's in motion, and I'm unsure if this is telling me, I told you so, like it would catch up to you. As much as we try to avoid all these feelings, these dug up, resurfaced feelings, at the coast of our mind, the edges of our brain, instead of combating it, try and give yourself some grace. That is one of the things I've learned this year, really giving myself grace when a lot of people are not going to be the ones to give you grace. I feel like instead of waiting for people to give it to me, or waiting for people to be patient with me, I have really had to learn how to be patient with myself and slow down and be kinder to myself. And I think this Mercury in retrograde is just all a balance. I feel like I've also been someone who's been on a good track of positivity, and it's starting to pick up rain. I think I've been on a good track of positivity and following what I want to do, but I also feel like there has to be balance, right? Like not everything can be great. And I think this is the time where it gets, and it's not necessarily where it gets really bad and horrible, but it gets equal. There are times where I need to just listen to my feelings. And I feel like this is literally spirit telling. I think everything's a sign, but I'm like, this is somebody telling me I'm right and I'm saying the right things. Little ASMR while we wait for this rain. hope I'll be able to get what I'm trying to say on this mic. I hope it's not too loud outside, but I'm gonna continue to go and see what material I have. Anyway, going back to that balance, Mercury in retrograde is now reminding us that, everything, there has to be a balance with everything. Don't be too hard on yourself. Talk to yourself kindly, let yourself feel things, journal, sit with yourself, go outside and make time for you. Now, when I say make time for you, I don't mean necessarily making time for things that make you feel good, like, making plans with other people. You can do that, that's fine, but really making time to spend time with yourself. I've felt so understanding of who I am as a person, and I really feel like I'm learning about me by spending time alone and doing things alone. I'm gonna explain what retrograde has felt like for me and what it has looked like for me. Basically, since a lot of these retrogrades, I've been caught with these old patterns of mental health, so like a lot of depression has been creeping back in for me. I really got a handle on my mental health this year. And again, to reiterate that phrase that I saw on TikTok, depression hates a moving target. I feel like I've been slowing down in a way that I don't like, and I feel like I've been reverting back to old ways of living. I didn't leave the house that much when I was in like a really depressive state. I only watched movies all day. I bed rotted. I was on a lot of social media like TikTok all the time. I find myself sort of coming back to that, revisiting these old habits, but I think the first step is being aware of it, and I have been aware of it, and I've pushed myself to, pull forward and keep going. These are some of the things that I've done to have grace with myself, or just kind of, maintain that balance of retrograde, but doing it in a way where I'm still being kind to myself and I'm not pushing against the wind. I am trying to keep a strict sleep schedule. It is way important to keep a strict sleep schedule. Doing a lot of things throughout the day so that you get tired and you go to sleep early and you're sleeping full hours. Creating again. I've been making these videos. Last weekend I kind of had like a weekend by myself. I did have a weekend by myself, and I just wrote for 2 days straight my book. I've been writing and drafting, and I just took the time to get serious and write, and I really had a breakthrough with a lot of my some of the stuff that it was really hard for me to keep writing. Also, some self-care tips. I really do believe that a shower is a reset, and I really believe in the water cleansing, and it's very spiritual. The way that you're in a shower and you always have shower thoughts, you think of things because the water is cleansing you, and you are being, kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but that's where the shower thoughts come from, because you need to be like doused in water. You need to be like temporarily baptized. But yeah, I've been exfoliating. I've been using palm stones for my feet, and I get into bed at night with my hibiscus tea, and I am cozy and content, and it's very nice. Just got a flash flood warning on my phone, and it was really loud and scary. But yeah,